Hey guys, Missy here, leader of Team Fit Hoots, and I decided to try something different. The other day, I posted a question in our team page, and I got a really great response from it that made me want to do a video. So I want to pull up the page, and it was a Fact Friday post, and you may have not seen it, but moving forward, I would love to do this because sometimes I feel like, oh, I should make a training video. And then I make a video and it's not something that like you're really struggling with. So I'm trying to find out, what you guys are really struggling with. So on Friday, yesterday morning, I posted a question and it said Fact Friday. I'm scared slash struggling to build a team because. So I had a ton of responses and I just wanted to go through them, not one by one, but just kind of answer some of your questions or some of your concerns and just clear all that stuff so you can move forward and know that maybe some of these things are normal and maybe some of these things you just have to keep pushing forward through. And it's not you. Like, we all start off as brand new coaches. We're all scared to build a team. And some of the reasons I find why some coaches are scared is because they feel like they don't have anything to plug them into. They don't know what to do next. So I did a training the other week on how to get your coaches started right. And I had made a Google folder that you can access in our files section. So when you sign a coach, you can send them the welcome email. There's links for everything I send my coaches when they start, so you can duplicate my process. Also in the back office, there's a welcome email that you can use if you wanted to create your own process. But the thing with Beachbody is duplication is key. So the sooner you have your coaches duplicating you, then that's where they're gonna see the success quicker. When you have coaches who don't want to duplicate you or go off and do things on their own, it's not necessarily a bad thing. That is how you find emerging leaders on your team. But sometimes what happens is, coaches go off and they start listening to all these negative thoughts in their head, and because they don't have a process to plug their new coach into, they decide just not to invite people to join their team. And building a team in Beachbody is one of the main ways you're going to create income. And I know a lot of people don't like to talk about that, which I don't know why, because we became coaches because we want to help people, but we also are entrepreneurial. We have entrepreneurial spirits, and we want to be our own boss. And, we want to build a business, and we're branding ourselves to do that and to help people and to attract people into our lives that we can help and use products that we know we love. So sometimes it's a belief system that I think people have set up. They feel like they have to sell versus try to grow a relationship. And, that is the main key in this, is growing a relationship. Asking someone to become a coach and they say no, is not the end of your relationship. It goes past that. They say, no, it's not right. It's not good for me right now. Well, that doesn't mean you're never going to talk again. It doesn't mean down the road it's not going to change for them. So, there's a couple things here that I just want to go through and address with you guys. So a lot of things I saw here was, struggling due to lack of response from others. I don't think anyone looks to me as a leader or a role model I want to be. Having a hard time getting back into my business after falling off, self-confidence, self-doubt. I'm not going to go further. I'm going to stop and just kind of address some of these things. So struggling due to lack of response from others, this is something I still struggle with after 4 years. And it's not a struggle. It's a part of the business. And as soon as you get that thought under control, you're going to understand that that's just how the cookie crumbles in this business. You're going to have people who are going to get the price and just stop responding. You're going to have people who don't want any of your information. They just want to know, how much this costs. So some of the ways that I've combated this, and there's resources, guys. So if you're having issues with this, don't just stop doing it. Look for resources on how you can overcome the issues you're having. So one of the resources we have is coaching scripts. Now, this isn't meaning that you need to copy every single thing I say and use that, but it gives you an outline and it shows you what I say to customers when I'm talking to them. So when you have people who just stop responding to you, that's going to happen, okay? When you start talking to people and people just want the price, don't give it to them. There's a great book that you need to pick up if you don't have it and you find yourself struggling with people telling you no or people not responding to you, and it's called Go Pro. It's a really thin little book. It gives you amazing things. That is what pretty much built my confidence in how to talk to people on social media. So first, when you're talking to people, it's about building that relationship. You need to ask them, hey, I saw that you liked my post about coaching. I saw that you liked my post about being a part of my challenge group. What has you so excited about this? I want to tap into that emotional why that they have very early on. I'm not just going to say, here's the price, here's a picture of my program, that's how much it costs, do you want to join? That is being salesy. That is giving people, just a reason to be like, nope, too expensive. You have to create the value and why this will work for them. But you first have to find why they feel they need this in their life. Why do they feel they need to be a coach? Why do they feel they need to be a part of your challenge group? So that's the first thing I try to find out. What motivates you about this group? What excites you about becoming a coach? And I find that out. Then if I'm talking to them about a challenge group or becoming a coach, I say to them, if it's a challenge group, I say, what do you struggle with more? Fitness or nutrition? And then I find out about that. I ask them questions. Have you done 30-minute workouts at home? Have you ever done in-home fitness? Have you ever used supplementation in your health and nutrition? I do not give them the price until the very, 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 very end. And that's after I've asked them 5 questions, gone back and forth. And I don't give them any of the prices. I literally build this relationship with them. And I've had people say, can you just tell me how much it is? And you know what I say? I say, look, I want to make sure that this is fitting for you. I am not just in the business of selling products and programs and just, pushing people off. I say that. I am dead honest. You guys know. I will say right out to them, and people respect that. If you're trying to tiptoe around things and say what you think they want to hear and make it all gimmicky, people sense that. They can see it. So be honest. If you have people who are just wanting to know details, prices, slow them down. They go at your pace. You set the pace of the conversation. Ask them the questions. Find out why they want this. Get that emotional connection. Tell your story. Tell how it's affected you. And then say, I think that you would be a great member of my team, and this is why. Or I think you would be awesome for this challenge group, and this is why. And then wrap it up with, can I give you some more details about this? And of course, if they're talking and they're responding, they're going to say yes. Then I give them the details. This is all in a script, guys, that I have created for you in our files section. I show you what questions I ask them. I show you how I respond. I show you how I explain the challenge pack. It's copy paste. It's all there for you. So if you're finding people not responding to you, it could be you're conversating. Like you might not be asking enough questions. You might not be, focusing on the relationship. You might just be giving this information out. I love using YouTube videos to get across my message because I am not the expert. I use, videos to explain Shakeology. I use videos to introduce coaching. I use videos to introduce challenge packs, and it's all on YouTube. So you utilize the tools that are there for you so you don't feel so much pressure in having to explain everything to them. And really, once you show them the value in the challenge pack, then you say, okay, we can discuss the price. One of the things I like to say to people is, I'd love to go over the details and the pricing with you, but first I need to find out if this is going to be a really good fit for you and what kit is going to match your goals. So I can't tell you what the price is until we figure all that out. So if you don't mind, can we chat for a couple minutes just so I can see what is really going to work best for you? And then once we chat, I lead into, you're going to be great. I think this is going to work perfect for you. Here's the program I recommend. And I send them a video. Can you let me know what you think about it after you watch it? Or what was the thing that stuck out to you the most from that video? I don't say, tell me what you think. Or I don't leave it like close-ended. I give them a specific thing. Like, tell me something that stuck out. What really got your attention? And then once they say, you know, the containers really got my attention. I really struggle with nutrition. Or the fact that I can stay at home with my kids, that's really what's getting my attention about the coaching. So once I find that stuff out, I can start layering in more information. The people who are going to stop at like talking to you, I follow up with them. The first time they stop talking to me, I message them in 3 days. I do 72 hours. Say, hey girl, hopefully you saw my or Facebook told me that you saw my message. Because you know how it says their little picture will show up next to the message when they saw it. So I tell them, hey, Facebook just told me that you saw my message, and I don't want to bother you. I hope I'm not. But I just wanted to check in and see if you had any questions about what we were talking about for my challenge group. Sometimes I'll throw in there, deadline to sign up is this day, or deadline to join my sneak peek is this day. I always give them like a deadline. I'll say, I'm holding your spot until I hear back from you. That gives people this feeling like, oh my gosh, I need to respond to her because she's like holding this spot for me. And all this is stuff I learned from GoPro. And that makes people be like, okay, I need to respond to her, because if I can't do it, I don't want her holding my spot. Or, oh crap, she might give my spot away and I really did want to do this, and I just forgot and life got busy. So don't always think it's you. Don't always think it's you that they're not responding to. They could have just, you know, their baby could have threw up down their shoulder and they had to put their phone down, and then someone's dropping a package off at their door and they had to go do that, and then they're making dinner, and then they're doing that. And then they don't pick up their phone until that night, and they're exhausted, and they see that you're trying to sell them something, or they feel like you're being salesy, and they just shut you off. So that could be some of the reasons why people don't respond. But I just had people stop responding to me. I mean, who knows why? And then if they don't respond to me after 3 days, I put that in my notes. I track it. You have to be tracking these things. And then I go back a week later. And if I see that they saw my message again, I say, you know, I really feel like I'm bugging you. I know Facebook keeps telling me you see my messages. And if this is not something you're cool with, that's completely fine, girl. No problem. We can do something another time. I still want to be here and help you and be friends. Maybe even get you a part of my free group that's coming up. If that's something you want details about, let's chat. I hope you get this message. So, you know, say a week after that, they don't message me. Okay, so they go on my follow-up list for next month. Then I'll message them back in a month, and I say to them, hey girl, long time no see, or long time no chat. Just wanted to check in and see how everything's been going for you this summer. How's everything? Or, you know, to take any vacations? I always ask a question. I don't bring up the fact that I have a group going on. I just want to see if they're going to engage with me again. But by that time, if they engage with me again, I start the conversation back up. I start asking questions. I, you know, look on their timeline and see what's kind of been going on in their life a little bit. And maybe I'll bring up the fact that I have another group coming up after a few, you know, encounters. But I don't go right in for the kill right away. I, you know, try to really just emphasize that I want to engage with them. I want to talk to them and keep the relationship growing. But listen, I've messaged people like 6 or 7 times. I could show you conversations where over months, like say after a month, they don't respond to me. So then I'll wait 2 months and then I'll reach out to them again. And they don't respond to me. Then I'll wait 3 months and then I'll reach out to them again. Seriously, the follow-up, the fortune is in the follow-up. So if you're only following up with people one time, or they say no and you never talk to them again or never invite them again, that's not going to work. You have to get over the fear of re-inviting the same person, because people are going to join you when they're ready, not when you want them to, when they're ready. So when you invite them the first time, they might not be ready. They might not be ready the second time, the third time, the fourth time. But you need to be the one there showing that you're the example and that you are not giving up and you are still doing your fitness and health. They see you, okay? They see you. So to address the question about, or the concern about, I don't feel like I'm a leader or a role model yet. That is how every new coach feels. Believe me, that's why some people don't want to become a coach, because they feel they haven't reached their goal. But listen, I started as a coach and I had a success story that I had to learn how to tell my story, because I was going through the journey, but some of you who are starting off with 50, 60 or more pounds to lose, even 10, 20, 30 pounds, the journey is what inspires people, okay? So if you're starting your business, you're talking to people, you're saying, you're trying to build these relationships, and you're getting all these no's, and you're getting like let down, and you feel like this isn't for you, does that mean you're going to stop your journey? Does that mean you're going to stop working out? Does that mean you're going to stop drinking Shakeology? No. You're still going to be doing these things. You're still going to be trying to get healthy. You have goals to crush, okay, in your health and fitness. That is what is keeping you on track, not the fact that you got 15 no's. I get no's every day. Do you think it stops me from working out? Do you think it stops me from blending up my Shakeology? Do you think it stops me from checking into my team page and checking into my trainings? No, because I have to make sure that my mind space is on my goals, what I'm trying to achieve. I can't let someone else's no affect my goals and my dream. That's their no, okay? Yes, I got a no for the day, but that's one no closer to yes. And if you're asking the 3 people, you're doing your power of 3s, and you're building and collecting all these no's, they're going to start growing, okay? The seed that you plant in them is like a little flower, and it's pushing up through the soil. And if you just let it go and don't come back to them and don't try to help them in free groups or an accountability group, it's never going to grow, never. So you have to keep cultivating. You have to keep getting those no's so you can keep reaping from your harvest. You're not going to harvest anything if you're not planting those seeds. So planting the seeds and getting no's is a part of the process, guys. Don't let it deter you or make you feel like you're not a good coach. Just because you're not at your fitness level or at your fitness goal, the journey is what inspires people. If they see you stop posting your workouts, they're going to say, oh, well, I guess her program didn't work because she's not even doing it anymore. So thank God I didn't buy that. It does work. We know this stuff works. Sorry, I get excited. It works. But what happens is coaches get discouraged and they stop posting for some reason. They stop sharing that they're working on their own health and fitness. Why? Why would you stop sharing that? You are making your life better and getting healthier. And that is why people are going to come around, because if you're going to keep posting, you are creating yourself to be that role model. And that takes time. No one is an instant leader. No one is an instant role model. No one is an instant success. It takes time and time and time again, and failure and falling down and getting no's to get back up and try it again and hone in your skills a little bit. So you become the role model the longer you stick to it and put those blinders on. And every time a no comes after you, it's like ding, ding. It's like bouncing off of you. And you just have this mission, okay? You have a mission of helping yourself hit your goal. And that means you're sharing it with people, and people are seeing that. Even if they said no, you're still building this reputation of being that fit mom, or, you know, that girl who's overcoming a divorce, gaining the weight and losing it again, because, you know, going through binges of alcohol. Like, I am honest with people, and that's why people relate to me. You have to just be yourself. Don't think that you need to be an instant leader. There's so many resources for your new coaches or challengers to come into. You do not have to provide it all. That's the best part about this. It's there for us, okay? So let me move on, or I'll keep going on about that. So some of the other things is self-confidence and self-doubt. This is your own mindset, okay? You have to overcome your mindset with personal development daily. If you find that you're self-doubting and you have low self-esteem and no confidence, you need to find personal development that is going to build you up. You Are a Badass is an amazing book. There's another one that I've just learned about called Sparkle that I heard is an amazing, uplifting, confidence-building book. Check out Chalene Johnson and How to Build Confidence. She has tons of podcasts on it. But if you're not feeding your mind with personal development, again, vital behavior, you are never going to overcome those feelings of self-doubt or those feelings of, yeah, you're going to get tinges of it and you're going to be like, man, today really sucks. I suck at this. Okay, when I feel like that, I go to my personal development. I say, well, Missa, you're not doing your personal development. You haven't been feeding your mind positive stuff. You haven't been praying. You haven't been reading your devotional. You haven't been, that's kind of what brought me to tears the other day when I realized I wasn't connecting myself to my faith as much as I should be. And it really changes the outcome of your whole day. So if you're battling self-doubt and self-confidence, you need to be doing personal development, maybe more than just 10 pages a day. Maybe you need to spend more time on personal development during your business hours, because if you're struggling with that, it needs to be something you focus on and work on and feed your mind good stuff. So some other things is that people say, I'm afraid that I won't connect with people who truly want the help, but are afraid to ask for it. It's hard to get a response from someone, also to meet new people who want the help, since I live in a tiny community and finding it hard to find others out there who want to start their journey with me. Okay, so this is great. The whole thing about social media, I built my whole business using Facebook, and I did it without many actual friends that I knew. I had a few that wanted to be a part of this, but the majority of people I signed up were people that I met online. And this is something you just have to bite the bullet. You have to just get into groups. This is our branding training that you go through as a new coach. Figuring out what you want, who you are, what are you trying to put out there? You're not just Shakeology and Workout Queen. You have other things that you love. Get into Facebook groups and meet people. Post questions in a group every day about something you're curious about. Join new mom groups in your area. Join groups about the breed of dog you have. Join support groups for confidence issues or hypothyroidism or adrenal fatigue or paleo diet or vegan or vegetarian or Hashimoto's or autoimmune issues that you have. There's things about you that are not all health and fitness that you can join groups and meet people. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to go into a group and meet someone and sell a challenge pack to them in the same day. No. That means you're adding people to your network. It's another thing in our Power of Threes every day. And what I do is I go into groups and I post a question. And then every single person who responds, I reach out to them through a private message and I say, hey, I saw your response. Thank you so much. And I start a conversation with them. Or I post a funny picture. And everyone who likes the picture, I go in and I friend them. I just hit friend. And I do that to 3 to 5 people a day. It's not hard, guys, and you shouldn't be scared about it. This is how you're going to grow your business. So, being afraid that you're not going to be able to find the people that need your help, don't be worried about that. When people see that you're the girl who is losing the weight and getting the results and you're sharing that, they're going to say, what is it that you're doing? And you're inviting the people who are watching you are already being inspired by you. So if you are posting about your journey and talking about it on social media, don't be worried that you're not going to find the people. They know where you are. They know what you're doing. If you're inviting and posting, they know that you offer challenge groups. Now, if you're really scared you're not going to find the people that want help, start personally messaging everyone on your Facebook friends list. Start catching up with them. I'm not talking about spamming and inviting every single person you know to your challenge group in your very first message. No, I'm saying if you have 150 friends on Facebook, start messaging 5 of them a day. Write their name down on a piece of paper in a notebook, and say, here's my 5 messages today. Track them on your business activity tracker. Here's a business activity tracker. Use your Power of Threes. There's tools to keep yourself organized with how many people you're talking to a day. And you just jot their name down. You can use an Excel sheet on the computer. You just jot their name down, and you're just trying to reconnect with people. And especially for new coaches, you're trying to reconnect with people who you're already friends with. And if you're honestly telling me that you don't want to talk to the people on your friends list, then why are they on your friends list? right? You have these people following you. They're peeking into your life every day. Why not reach out to them and say, hey, how's your summer been? It's the perfect time right now. Hey, how was your summer? I saw you guys went on vacation, or I saw you were going on vacation. Where'd you guys go again? And then they'll ask you. It's only nice for them to say, oh, hey, thanks for reaching out. We went to Disney World. Did you guys do anything? And like the conversation just goes back and forth. And you can even say, you know what, I'm actually working on my health and fitness. I'm about to go work out. So I'll catch up with you in a little while, or I'll catch up with you tomorrow. That's not even bringing anything up. You're just saying, hey, it's been nice chatting. I got to get my workout in. I'll follow up. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And then you message them again, and keep it going like that. You don't have to invite people the very first time you're reaching out to them. You just need to start cultivating those relationships so people see you as that person that when they're ready, they're going to come to you. So don't worry about people not being ready or you not being able to find people, because they'll find you when they're ready if you're making yourself available, and if you're making yourself the one that you're the go-to. You're the go-to for the results, because you are the one helping your challengers and your friends and yourself get those results. I'm not an all or nothing person. So if I cannot put my all into this business, then I'm not going to do it. Okay, real quick about that. What can we really put all of ourselves into every single day of our life? So I can kind of squash that and say nothing. Like, our lives are so busy, and everyone's lives are so busy, that if you are putting 100% of yourself into everything you do, high five and bravo, because I don't know anyone who can do that. When I started my business, I was pulled in so many directions. I was going to school. I was working full time. I was tutoring 2 nights a week. Sometimes I wouldn't get home till 11 o'clock at night after working a full day at work, going to a 4-hour intensive class, and sitting through a whole tutoring session. So I would come home and just be like, you know what? I can answer 2 messages. That's what I got today. And that's how I did it. I took the pressure off myself. But I wanted this bad enough that I started to make more sacrifices to spend more time doing it. I'm telling you, whatever you put into this business is what you're going to get out. So if you're saying you can't go balls to the wall, okay, then just do a little bit, but expect that you're only going to get a little bit back. The more you decide to put into it is the more you're going to get back. If you're going to say that I can't do this because I can't be 100% all in, then I don't know what else to tell you. That's something you need to overcome. That's something you need to decide that that's not how you're going to live your life. You want to try. I mean, you don't have to be perfect. This is definitely not one of the things you have to be perfect at. And being perfect is not going to get you far in this business. Being a hot mess, is really what's going to get you far, because people see that you're a regular person, that you have a job and a family and a life, and you're still taking time to commit to your health and fitness, and you're still taking time to help people. So what does that say about you? That says you're a pretty awesome person, right? It says that you're a normal mom, or a normal wife, or a normal young entrepreneur, or a normal student, or whatever it is. You're normal, and that attracts people. If they think that you got your shit together and everything's perfect, that's actually intimidating to people. And they're like, oh my God, I couldn't do that. She's like on top of it all the time. And that, to me, like when I see people that are so perfect, I'm like, oh wow, must be nice. Like they don't inspire me. Like they really don't. I like to see the people who are in the trenches and struggling just like I am. And I see them getting up and still doing something. Maybe it's not perfect, but they're doing something. That's what's inspiring. So get over that mindset that you have to be balls to the wall, all in and perfect about it, because that's not reality. All right. It's not reality for anyone. But just know whatever you put into this is what you're going to get back. And if you can only put a little bit in, don't expect millions of dollars to come flowing back towards you. So oftentimes when I'm talking to people, they don't return messages. And you feel like you're chasing them. I feel like I kind of broke that down of how I respond to people. Don't chase them. Don't chase them. But just follow up. Like I said, the fortune is in the follow-up. Have a follow-up schedule for yourself. They don't respond 3 days. They don't respond a week. They don't respond a month. They don't respond 2 months. They don't respond 3 months. And I just keep putting it out there. And you know what? Like I said, I've had I've opened up messages where I've like messaged people 5 or 6 or 7 times. And that one time they responded and I'm like, yes. And they're like, thank you so much for not giving up on me. Thank you so much for always messaging me, because they see it. It's them choosing not to do it yet because for some reason they're not ready. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with the way you're talking to them or the way you're inviting them or anything. It's them. But if you stop inviting them because they're not responding to you, they're going to think that you really didn't care. And they're going to think that you were just trying to sell them into something. So you have to keep showing that you care no matter what. And a lot of you know that sometimes I bug the shit out of you. And I never left, like not never left you alone, but I kept coming back. Like out of nowhere, 3 months later, you get a message from me, hey girl, what's up? And they're like, oh, it's that Missa girl again. Because, I mean, maybe it wasn't a good time for them. They were going through something really hard. Or they didn't want to say no, they didn't want to say yes, but they're still thinking about it, so they just kind of avoid you for a while. But they're still watching you. So, let's see. Because people realistically cannot afford it. Well, that's the reason why they should become a coach then. Because if they're having issues that they cannot afford a program or afford Shakeology, I always tell them, you know, honestly, this business can help you build an income and help you get healthy and fit, and you get 25% off. Like, I mean, are you going to be paying for a gym, or, I mean, what's your other options here? What else has worked for you? Has other things worked that were cheaper? You know, because sometimes people say, oh, I'll just go to the gym and follow my own thing. And it's like, okay, well, you know, how long has that like worked for you? Have you tried the gym before? And you have to be willing to ask these hard questions, because honestly, people will just brush you off. And if you don't push a little back, they're fine with that. But when you start kind of digging in and trying to learn about people, you'll find out that, you know, if they really want it bad enough, I've talked to people and say, hey, I love saving money. How can I help you? How can I help us budget this for you? Like maybe just putting aside some money each week, and next month you'll have enough to join my challenge group and you can get a program. And so every single one of us coaches deals with, I don't have money. That is the number one reason. So you cannot let that be a reason that's going to stop you. You need to help figure out how they can overcome that if they really want to. Now, again, you're going to see that same person tell you, oh, I can't afford it. And then the next thing you know, they're out getting their nails done, getting their hair done, going out to dinner, going to happy hour. You know those people are not in the right mindset, okay? They have the money. They're just not willing to spend it in the places that they really, really want to change. And that goes to show you right then and there that it's going to be one of those type of issues. But, you know, you can always help people for free. And I've had tons of people that I've helped in free groups come around and say, I want to do this now. You know, I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna make sure that I have this money to do this. And that is what, you know, maybe they need to grow. You need to grow trust. They need to see like what's happening. So not having money is something you just need to, hey, you're going to get that. That's going to be the number one thing you get. So don't let that stall you, and keep inviting and keep adding to your network so you have more people to invite. So the pricing, and you said someone said pricing and so they stopped answering me. That all has to do with, you know, how you're presenting your information. So make sure that you're asking the questions, you're giving them all the details, you're explaining the value, you're finding out their emotional why that they want to lose the weight. Why do they want to lose the weight? And you're connecting them with a program that you know is going to help them, not just the challenge pack that's on sale. You are literally asking them the questions so you can stick them in the program and the challenge pack that's going to help them. And sometimes people are going to need baby steps. They're going to need your 5-day water challenge. They're going to need your 10-day jumpstart group. They're going to need your accountability group for free. And then when they're not getting the results and they see the people who are sticking with you getting the results, they're going to say, okay, you know, maybe she has something going here. I'm ready to do this. Like I said, it's always People are going to be ready on their terms, not yours, and don't take that personally. So, the cost of the programs, that's the last thing I think we're coming up to. And I love how someone said they want it, they make a list to compare. Be ready with, if you're getting a lot of financial issues, be ready with a photo that shows how much a cup of coffee costs versus how much their Shakeology. Be ready with comparisons to how much they're going to spend at their gym membership for a year and how much they're going to spend with the challenge pack, and how they can keep using the program over and over and over. Be armed and ready with answers. Don't just say, oh, okay, girl, I understand. No, be ready. Say, you know what, when I first signed up too, I had to really look at my finances and say, what don't I need? I wanted this so bad. The 40 pounds I was carrying around with me was making me feel like shit. And I understand where you're at. I know, from what you told me, you really want to lose this weight, and it's affecting your marriage, and it's affecting you playing with your kids, and I want to help you. And I know financially this might be a struggle to make work, but what can we do to at least get you started? Maybe we can get you into the 30-day free club membership, and you can try the workout programs. Or maybe I can send you a sample of Shakeology. Don't always just go with the challenge pack, and then if they don't want that, you stop. Hip Hop Abs is like $15. They can get into a program for $15 or $10. There's no excuse for that, okay? I know we're working for Success Club, but sometimes some people who don't see the value in the challenge pack or don't see the value in Shakeology, one, you might not be portraying the value very well to them, or two, they may just not have the money for the full-blown pack. So you could offer to send them a couple samples of Shakeology and tell them about Hip Hop Abs or Rockin' Body or a program that's on sale. And offer that stuff to them. Let them join into your challenge group, even if they don't have Shakeology for the first time. I let people join into my challenge group now, and I say, then they see everyone posting about their Shakeology, and it gets them interested in it. And a lot of people do end up wanting to try the Shakeology or decide to sign up as a coach or whatever. So I'm going to stop, and hopefully this helped you guys. Hopefully this answered some of your issues or some of your concerns about, what's stopping you or making you struggle with having people join you in challenge groups or join you as a coach. And remember, don't forget your resources. And if you've still not gone through the New Coach Basics, a lot of that stuff is going to be, helping you. How do you talk to customers? How do you brand yourself? All the things I brought up in here, these are things that every new coach has to do. You can't just skip things and expect it to work. You have to engage from the front line and just go for it, and then things are going to build from there. You have to stay consistent. You have to keep showing up. You can't let the no's stop you. You can't let the no's make you feel like you're incapable of being successful, because you are. And you have to remember, their no does not defy you, okay? It defies them. You inviting them and reaching out to join your team and reaching out to join your challenge groups is an honor. And if they don't see that, that's on them. But they're going to watch you explode. They're going to watch you hit your goals. They're going to watch you hit Emerald rank and grow your team and hit Diamond. And they're going to finally be like, hey, what is this Beachbody stuff again? I know we talked about it like a year ago, but really, can you just let's talk about that? And you'll be like, oh my God, people came back. You'll be so surprised how many of my coaches tell me, oh my gosh, this person I talked to came back around and they want to do it now. Yes, that is the compound effect. You have to keep inviting and get no's, because those no's will turn to yes. And people will begin to join you, and people will start wanting to follow you, and you will build that leader type role, and you will build this role model that you want. But you have to put in the time. You have to put in the consistency. You have to put in the work. You have to stay engaged. And I'm not saying you have to work 40 hours a week at this. 1 hour a day is fine. That's exactly what you would need to do your power of threes. And as long as you're doing your power of threes and you're not letting the no's stop you and getting your personal development, That's all we need to do, guys. I know it seems like, oh, you make it sound so simple. I mean, it is pretty simple, but it's the no's that I think stop everybody and that makes them think they suck. And you don't suck. You're doing everything you need to do. Keep doing it, and the yeses will start to come, and you'll get better. Each time you explain what a coach is, each time you explain what a challenge pack is, you get better. You get more confident, and then you get a yes. And then you start building the momentum, and you start building a team, and you start getting Success Club points. And you're like, I can do that again. I can do that. I did it here. I can do it again. And you start duplicating your process, and then you teach your team how to do that. Thankfully, we have processes in place. We have scripts for you to use. We have training for you to use. It's up to you to choose to engage and to choose to show up and to not quit and to not stop. Because if you stop, who's really losing them? I mean, it's you, because you're losing out on this amazing opportunity. You're losing out on meeting amazing people and growing an amazing team and being that stay-at-home mom you always wanted to be, or that dream vacation you have a big goal for. Your why has to make you cry. And if you find yourself teetering with belief in this system or in this business, then it's not going to work for you. You have to believe in it. You have to believe in yourself. And it starts with us. It starts with us, guys. We have to just keep showing up, okay? So I'm going to stop, and hopefully this helps you. And then next week I'll post another question, and we can have another one of these question of the weeks where I can just really hone in on where you guys are struggling and give you my personal, raw, honest to God truth. So I love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend, and please comment below if this helped you or not. I really want to know. All right. Bye.